Let's say you've got 210 credits in your bachelor's, 120 in your master's. That's an easy pathway to start your PhD. But if you have done, let's say, 3 years of bachelor's and only 90 credits, then you'll have to do additional credits to make up to that level, right? What's the difference between TU University and Fachhochschule or a Hochschule? This is one of the questions which people ask, what is better for me? Because ultimately in their mind, because I did a meetup and this was one of the repeated question, like which university should I go to that will get me high employability, right? Being a current student here in OVGU Magdeburg, what's your point of view on this?
TU is something related to like the research or maybe the technical university, wherein the Fachhochschule is like a practical part of the mindset, wherein you don't have too much theory in it, but you have practicality, like the internship kind of scenario that will improve your working skills practically, but the deepening skills would be definitely in the TU scenarios.
So in general, from what I've heard, in terms of employability, TU is given a slight preference over the Fachhochschules.
Where are you quoting this from?
From like my seniors who've studied here.
Okay, this is still a perception of something.
It's just a perception. It's not a general thing.
Yeah.
It's not a general thing.
Okay. Just to be clear, okay. Because you guys are actually studying in a university, not in a Hochschule.
No. We're studying at TU.
You're studying in a university.
Yes.
Even though this is not a technical university, but this is a university.
It's a
research
university,
university.
yeah.
So what's the plan then? Like you guys don't want to go and work by that logic?
No, we do.
You want to work, right? When you graduate, right? So does this mean that if I go as a student, right? If you were to advise me, hey, go to this type of a university that will get you more employable. What's your answer on that?
There's no difference in that.
There's no
matter then.
difference.
Yeah.
But your senior's point of view, then what happens to that?
I mean, well, it's just something that I got to know before I came
Right.
here.
So एक कान से सुनो और एक कान से निकाल
निकाल
दो.
दो.
That's what you want to say,
Yeah.
right? Okay. What? Give it to her.
For me, I would say university actually doesn't matter that much your course contents and your course matters.
So university का type doesn't matter.
Type doesn't matters. The main thing which you should look is what skills you wanna gain, and every course, if you look, if I'm talking about computer science, it is also integrated with data science also somewhere. But for namesake, it's like masters in computer science. So you need to check out the details of the course in order to enroll in university.
The course matters mainly. For example, his course is like medical systems, so it is more based on like research oriented.
Right.
Yeah, and mine is like digital engineering, so it is mainly IT job oriented, industry oriented.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that is the thing that matters, irrespective of TU or Hochschule. Yeah.
Right.
I would have a different answer because it depends on where you want to pursue in the future. So if you want to get into research or get into PhD, then it's always TU that you are supposed to prefer, because most of them will ask for research, what you have done so far, and then they'll decide if you are suitable for a PhD job or not. PhD
Right.
job or a PhD, what you want
Right.
to doctorate. But if you want to get into industries, then be it a TU or a Hochschule, like even if you go and check in any of the job descriptions, they never mention you have to be in a certain Hochschule or a university or even your course as well.
Right.
As long as you're getting the skills that they require for that particular job, then pretty good.
But like I feel like there is a perception out there through internet that if you go to Hochschule, then you become more employable because their course curriculum is well aligned with the industry standards and what's happening right now.
That is true because
That's true, right?
Yes.
Then why should somebody come to university? Why did you come to university?
See, I already had work experience prior, so I already knew the work culture. So I wanted to deepen my skills. So that was one reason I had to come for the research university. In that instance, yeah, you can make a choice. If you just are focusing for a job, for example, like freshers, they're not who are experienced. They just want to go for a job immediately after a university. I think they can still opt for Fachschule. Usually the Fachschules will be for 3 semesters and maybe the TUs will be for 4 semesters.
That's true because ECTS also varies, right? So yours probably is 120.
120.
All of you have 120.
120.
But in Hochschules, you can have a course which is of 1.5 years. That is of 90 credits. I have also seen in Hochschules programs of 120 credits also. But mostly when it comes to TU, which is technical university or just a university, that could be also natural sciences university, where the programs are mostly in 120 credit, right?
That's right.
I think one of the big leverage what you can make when you graduate from university or a TU is if you want to end up into doing a PhD, that pathway becomes easy because if you look at the entire academic history, which is, let's say you've got 210 credits in your bachelor's, 120 in your master's, that's an easy pathway to start your PhD. But if you have done, let's say 3 years of bachelor's and only 90 credits, then you'll have to do additional credits to make up to that level, right? So is anybody here who wants to do PhD?
I have in my mind to pursue PhD, but again, that depends on how the flow goes since this is first semester for me.
Right.
So yeah, I do also have aspiration for PhD, but it's not as in right after the college. I want
You want to
get
work
into-
for a few years
Yes,
and
I
then
want to
think
work
of
for a
it.
few years and look for what field interests me in getting a doctorate. As in wherever I'm focusing on, it has to be very precise. Wherever I'm getting doctorate in, so I'll take my time to get the doctorate for myself.
Wonderful.